Hey guys, we're back with episode number 2 of our Instagram Automa series. So today I'll show we've got. Okay, so now we need to go to the Chrome store and download Automa. So it's a free application and it's basically the main framework which all of these automations are built on. So I've already downloaded it, but it looks like this, and you want to click dashboard. When you click dashboard, you're going to get taken to something like this. And what you want to do is go to workflows, and we want to import a new workflow. Now you don't worry about making anything. I've pretty much made everything for you. We just need to add in a few Airtable URLs and we're good to go. And the API key. So what we need to do is go over to the Notion document, and I've got a Google Drive link here. Click on the Google Drive link, it will take you to this JSON file, and we just want to download that. And if you're thinking, oh, code, fucking, I hate code, don't know how to code. Like, honestly, don't even worry about it. You won't need to know a bit for what we're integrating. And if you really need help, you can just ask me in the comments or DM me on my Instagram or my LinkedIn. So I'm going to import the workflow. And where is this motherfucker? There it is. Open. And this is the automation. So we're going to open it up. So firstly, I'm going to show you what inputs we need to put into this automation, and then I'm going to walk you through it. So you don't need to worry about anything other than the insert data modules here. So there's one insert data module there, and there's one here. I don't need to change that one. Okay, so it looks like for this automation, the only data module we'll have to change is this one. Okay, so now we've loaded up the Automa automation. The only thing we need to change here is the insert data variable right up here. So see, there's 4 different options here. So I'm going to show you how we fill them out. So firstly, we want to get our API key from our Airtable. So we want to make sure that we've clicked on the Airtable, and when it takes you to this link, you want to copy the base into your own Airtable space. And just click add base. And this is the thing, if you go over 1,000 rows, which most likely with all of these automations you will, Airtable is gonna try to charge you. They won't actually charge you. If you don't want to pay, you don't have to pay. They'll still let you use your account up to unlimited rows for 30 days, and then even after the 30 days, they don't do anything. But it's a bit annoying having the little red thing, and sometimes they lock you out of the row. So I just pay the £20 a month and I get unlimited usage. Okay, so this is the row. So firstly, we want to get the Airtable key. So we want to click on our accounts here and go Developers Hub. Now I've already set up a bunch of API keys for this, but I'm just going to walk you through how to create a new one. So you just want to name it something. And for the scopes, just add all of the scopes. It doesn't actually need all of the scopes, but you know, it's good to have them in just in case we want to add extra functionality to it later. We don't need to go and create a whole new API key. So seems to make sense. And then we just want to add the base. So for this one, there's 2, but it shouldn't really matter for our purposes. Create token. Lol. Okay, so now we've got our API key. And from that, what we want to do is we want to insert data to where it says API key there. So now that's going to put the API key into all the HTTP requests. Next up on these two options, we've got to fill out put data 1, put data 2, and data filler. So first we're going to handle the data filler. All that requires us we do is we go to developer docs, and we want to select the one we're using here. Okay, so like I said, the first two columns which we're only going to be messing around with are these two. So target recommended accounts. So first we want to go into this column and we want to go to list records. And where it says API URL encoder tool, we want to click on that one. And this URL we see here, just want to copy and bring it over to Automa here. Right. For put data 1, we want to go back to this same column and we want to go to update and insert records. And this link here, we're going to take that and put it into put data 1. And go back. Now we're going to the second column, recommended accounts table, go to update, insert records, and put that URL into put data 2. Now that is all of the functionality you would have had to change for this one. Right, so now I'm going to break down how the automation actually works. So when you trigger the automation, you can have this either as a manual trigger or you can have this as any one of these other triggers. But once it runs, it's going to filter to the Airtable. Okay, so to start off, the trigger function, you can either trigger it manually or you can add a trigger. You got intervals or any of these other options here. And then you've got the insert data function where we have the data filter, these API URL endpoints, and the variable. This filter function, how these automations actually work. So, firstly, whenever you trigger the automation, you've either got a manual option or you've got some other options here like interval, cron job, context menu, and some other ones here. Second node is the insert data module. This is where it puts all of our data. Then the filter, what the filter does is it goes to the username which we're trying to scrape, and all of the ones which say to do, it will take one of those usernames which are to do to scrape for the recommended accounts. And it will scrape the account URL from the spreadsheet and it will put in the status column in progress so you know which one it is. And then you've got to keep the Instagram tab open. It will open up, put in the username, find the account. This functionality is just to find the account. This is delay functionality, so Instagram's algorithm doesn't clock on. Here it clicks on the recommended account and it just scrolls through all of them, getting their username and full name, and then it adds it to the Airtable here. And then it does that 30 times to scrape the 30 recommended users. And then once it's done that, goes through, clicks back to the home page, and then it marks that username as done. And then it goes back to the filter list, which now picks up a new username, which is status is to do. And then it just iteratively runs through this until all of them are completed, or the automation times out on whatever you put here. So you can change how many runs it does here, and you can also change how many recommended it takes here. Now the idea is you can just have this automation running on a virtual machine or in the background on your PC or monitor, and essentially it will just be generating leads for you. Of course, later on there'll need to be a lead qualifying step where you actually qualify the leads, but this is just a way to get mass leads for free. Right, so thank you for watching this video. Now, make sure you watch the next video in the series to carry on with the next automations, and you'll see what we can actually do with these leads with the rest of the automations in this Bible. Alright, so to start off, I'm going to walk through how the Airtable works. I've So basically, I put all the data for the whole Instagram Automa series all into one Airtable. So throughout the whole series, no matter how many episodes there are, it's all going to be using one data management base. So the two ones which you need to focus on here, the two columns, is the target recommended accounts and recommended accounts. So in this form here, we put the usernames and account URLs of basically our target leads. So essentially what this system does is we have a base of clients which we want to replicate, say 100 types of agencies which are potential clients. We want to go and try and find 100,000 of these on Instagram. So for this database, I have OnlyFans management agencies. So I've got 93 accounts, and essentially I'm going to scrape through all of their recommended accounts to try and find a larger leads list. And then the process is you'll filter through those leads, then you'll get maybe 1,000 OnlyFans management agencies. You'll just run it back through the system, and then now you get 10,000. You put it back through the system, now you get 100,000. Obviously with qualifying steps in between it. And this is where the output would come out. So the output you get is you get the username, you get the account URL, and you get their full name. And then we also, later on in the series, have further scraping systems, which will get the bio, post numbers, following, followers, and posts from the users. I'm just going to give you a quick demo on how it works. So we need to load up an Instagram tab on Chrome. And once you're on the home page, just run Automar. And this is the one. So we're going to click run. And what it's going to do is it's going to go to the search bar. It's going to search in the username. And if it finds the account, it's going to select it. And then it's going to go through their suggested. And you'll see slowly, one by one, it's going to scrape through them. And it's going to get all of those users. And it goes slowly just to make sure it scrapes every single list. But as you can probably see live here, that we're getting leads added to the list here. And obviously you will get repeats sometimes. It's just a part of the way the scraping system works. So that's why I like Airtable has this unique function. So you can see how many unique ones you are. And then if you export that over to Google Sheets, you can just delete all the duplicates using some Google Apps scripts. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off now because demo's done. And obviously to get this software actually set up, I've done a lot of back testing in this. This whole Automa system to get set up's probably taken me around 2 to 3 months to actually figure out how to work with everything. But now it's like I can use Automa like I can speak English. 50-50, you know? Okay, so now